and welcome to the Monumental Mindset Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Q. Here we focus on tapping into our fullest potential to become our best possible selves. Each and every Monumental Monday, we will drop a new episode that will have a word of the week as well as a metaphor or phrase of the week to get you through your week and incorporate in your daily lives. If you are a fan of the show, please like, comment, and subscribe to Dr. Q the Coach on all social media platforms. Today, our word of the day is going to go along with our challenge that we are having that started on June 1st. And that word of the day is willpower. Willpower simply means control exerted to do something or restrain impulses. So, Monumental Mentality decided to take on the 75 Hard Challenge. If you don't know what the 75 Hard Challenge is, that's fine because I am going to give you all of that information. The good thing about this challenge is one, it challenges you physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. It allows you to grow in so many different areas of your life, which is why I decided that Monumental Mentality should really take on this 75 Hard Challenge. So, what is the 75 Hard Challenge? Well, I'm happy you asked. So basically, it's 75 days. And for those 75 days, you have to follow these specific tasks. The first thing is follow a diet. Whatever works for you, whatever food, meal plan, meal prep, whether it's intermittent fasting, following a keto diet, low carb, high protein, whatever works for you for your goals, follow a meal plan, follow a diet. No cheat days and no alcohol at all whatsoever for 75 days. The second task is to complete 2 workouts, both 45 minutes each, and one must be outside. So whether that's going for a bike, taking a walk, going for a run, even doing a workout outside, whatever it is, one of those workouts for 45 minutes has to be outside. The third one is to drink a gallon of water a day. That's self-explanatory. Drink your water, get your water in, stay hydrated, especially when you're outside doing those workouts. And now that we are hitting the summertime, it's hot outside. So make sure you drink your water. The fourth task is to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book. Nonfiction means self-development, personal development, any kind of leadership books, mindset books, whatever works for you, but audio books do not count. You can read your book on like a Kindle or something of that nature. That's fine. Electronic books like that is good, but it has to be something where you're sitting down physically reading 10 pages or for 10 minutes of a nonfiction book. And the last thing, number 5, is to make sure that you take a picture every day of your progress. This is going to hold you accountable. This is going to make sure that you see the transition of your body. You see the physical changes that's taking place. And sometimes we find ourselves in positions where if you don't see it with your eyes, you don't notice the changes. So, and I'll use myself for example, I can find myself fluctuating within my weight. And I'm like, oh man, I don't even realize that I lost any weight or anything like that. But when you look at the pictures is really where you see the difference. The caveat of the 75 hard challenge is this. If you fail at anything of the daily task, you must start over. So this is really going to test your willpower, which is why willpower is our word of the week this week. Now, Monumental Mentality, I just started to start this challenge on June 1st because it was the beginning of the second half of the year and I felt like I needed a reset. But you can start this challenge whenever you want. And luckily for you, I have a 75 hard tracker, a daily tracker and checklist that you can download for free. And it'll help you on your journey to ensuring that you have everything that you need to be successful within this challenge. Now, let me give you some updates on where I am with the 75 Hard Challenge and what I've learned about myself so far. So, the first thing is I walk around with this big old cup that I use for my water every day. And I drink a little over 4 of these cups. And when I drink 4 of these cups, that's giving me my gallon of water a day. So, take a sip. Making sure that I get all of my gallon of water in a day is imperative to me because I realized like within the past month of May, I did some drinking in the month of May. For Mother's Day, I went to Greenville with my some of my family members and friends, and we did little bar crawls and things of that nature. And then in Houston, I went to Houston at the end of May for a bachelorette ceremony and celebration. And even during that time frame, we were doing like a pub ride, and we were riding on a bike and drinking on the bike and all that good stuff. So I found myself consuming a lot more alcohol within the last month. And I noticed the difference in my body based off of the alcohol that I was drinking and the food that I was eating, because traveling so much is hard for you. For me. I'm not gonna say it's hard for you. It's hard for me, or it was hard for me to kind of stay on track with my meal plan and following, like making sure I get in all my vegetables and my proteins and my fruits when I'm traveling. So I had to kind of do some reevaluation and check myself. Like, girl, get yourself together because you know what your goals are. Sometimes you have to check yourself. I say this every episode. Sometimes you have to check yourself, because every time we like to check other people, but who's going to check you? You need to check yourself, boo. And that is important. I had to check myself and come to the realization that my skin started breaking out. My clothes started getting a little bit tighter, and I started to notice that I was more sluggish in drinking 2, 3 energy drinks to get me through the day because I was tired. I wasn't getting enough rest. I was not getting in enough water. And it started to show physically on my body and mentally. I'll have brain fog and just be tired and don't feel like working or not feel like putting in the time and effort into what it was that I know I wanted to do. So within these, now this is day 5 for me, drinking a gallon of water a day, I already noticed a difference in my skin. My skin was breaking out. My face started having like little bumps here, bumps there. But now just getting in my water a day, I noticed a difference in my skin. I noticed a difference in my body when I go to the bathroom, and drinking a gallon of water a day will make you go to the bathroom a lot. So, but when you go to the bathroom, you'll notice like your urine is either clear or really, really light yellow, faint yellow. And that's what the color that it should be, because it shows that your kidneys are working properly. So getting in that gallon of water a day has really helped me with my skin, noticing a difference in my energy level, not feeling as sluggish. Not drinking alcohol has not been a problem for me thus far for these 5 days. And I started on a Thursday, so it's already been like a weekend. Have not had any kind of urges, and I still have alcohol in my house, just for people come over, things of that nature. I still have alcohol in my house, and I was a wine person. I really like wine. Like I have me some wine in a minute with no problem. But I have not had even the want or desire to drink any alcohol, want any wine, had any desire to come out in a man cave and go to the bar to get anything. I've strictly just been really focused in having that willpower to succeed, knowing that this is a 75-day challenge, and this challenge is to prove not just to others, but to prove to myself that I can do it. So I had some people, like I was telling them about the challenge. Yeah, I'm gonna do this 75 challenge. Whew, that sounds hard. Well, you do it for me, because I don't think I can do this, and I don't know if I can do that. And my grandma asked me, I don't know what kind of summer you gonna have. I'm like, I'm gonna have a good one, because I know for a fact what I'm proving to myself is that I don't need alcohol to have a good time. I don't need alcohol to enjoy myself. I can drink water, still be healthy, have a good time, dance, party, and have a wonderful summer, and not feel sluggish and meet my weight loss goals and be more productive in my daily life without having something that's kind of slowing me down or causing that mental fog. I have more clarity with knowing what it is that I want to do and getting it done in a good amount of time instead of pushing stuff off. I noticed that my reading these 10 pages, and it's more than 10 pages for me, because if I sit down and start reading my book, I kind of like, well, I want to get through the chapter, or at least get to like the next break in the book. So I find myself, instead of me reading just 10 pages or for 10 minutes, I find myself reading the whole chapter and learning something new and incorporating that, what I've learned, into my daily life. And when you do that, you start to really self-develop, become more aware. And now what you focus on is different from what you used to focus on in the past. So then you become more solution and goal oriented than, oh, let me try to multitask and figure all these things out at one time. My interest is starting to change because as I read this book and I'm learning something, now I'm going to go on YouTube, and instead of me watching YouTube or TikTok videos of people dancing or, all the other entertaining things, now I'm actually going on YouTube and TikTok looking for videos based off of what I've read, how to incorporate this, what are people saying about this, how to better myself in this certain way, because I'm spending more time reading this book, which is piquing more interest, and now I'm watching it as well. So my attention and what I was drawn to before is starting to shift a little bit, and I noticed that within now entering day 5. I will say that when doing my research and getting ready for this episode here, which I didn't post the episode last week because I was really getting into the mindset and preparing for the 75 hard challenge. And when I say getting into the mindset, it's knowing that everything is all about your mind. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. So for me, adjusting my mindset to take on this 75 hard challenge was imperative, because you want to set yourself up for success. You want to set yourself up for success. And in order to do so, you have to create this shift. This is my goal. This is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to stick to it. So getting prepared for the 75 hard challenge, I didn't do an episode last week because I said, I'm going to do an episode this week, and it's going to kind of go over the challenge and also give an update on where I am and how I feel and how it's kind of impacting and making a difference in my life. Willpower is essential to anything that's worthwhile. So again, willpower is the control exerted to do something. What is stopping you from doing what it is that you want to do? Do you have the willpower to succeed? Willpower is what's going to push you to actually move, to actually do something, to actually take that action. Do you have the willpower to succeed? Do you have the willpower to achieve your goals? And having willpower means doing something. Are you doing what you need to do to get where you want to be? I also like this other thing that I read. It was a quote. It says, lack of willpower caused more failure than intelligence and ability. Lack of willpower caused more failure than intelligence and ability. So what does that really mean? Let's break this down. If you don't have the willpower, which is the control exerted to do something, it caused more failure than people being smart and their ability to do what it is that they want to do. So you not having the control to exert and take action to do something caused more failure than you being smart enough to do it and you being able to do it. Have the willpower. Tap into your willpower. Exert the control to actually do what it is that you want to do. Restrain from the impulses. What is that? The distractions, the stuff that's stopping you from doing what it is that you need to do. Refraining from impulses is having willpower. Oh, I know I'm supposed to do this 45-minute workout, but right now I'm going to just sit around and stroll. Where's your willpower? I noticed a difference too, and I'll tell you this. I was speaking to my mom earlier, and for my 45-minute outdoor workout, I've started doing a walk, and I'll do a walk around my neighborhood. I'll take my daughter on a walk. I'll push my son in a stroller and my daughter walking next to me. I take a walk by myself. And even today, like I left, I don't know why I do this, but on Mondays, I always forget to take my son bag to daycare with him, and it's just been a thing that has been going on for the past couple of weeks. Why? I don't know, because I packed the bag last night and I put it on the couch so I can remember to grab it, and then left out the door and forgot it. So after I dropped my kids off at camp, because now it's summertime, so camp and daycare, I was like, oh, I need to take Deuce diaper bag or like his daycare bag to his daycare. Well, I also need to get in my 45-minute walk. So guess who walked to my son's daycare to drop his bag off and continue to walk the rest of my neighborhood to get in my 45-minute walk this morning? I did. Why? Because I had the willpower to succeed. I had the control exerted to do what it was that I needed to do. And I just incorporated it in what I needed to do anyway. I needed to drop off his bag. Well, I also needed to get this walk in. We're going to kill two birds, one stone. I'm all about maximizing your time and efficiency. And I noticed, I'm like, wow, walking around. Oh, now, so they starting to do construction over here. It's going to be some stuff built over there. Okay, it's the path less traveled. Sometimes I see people walking this way, sometimes I don't. And then I walked into his daycare, and and the owner of the daycare, he was like, "You walked up here?" I said, "I did." He was like, "Wow, I wish I can walk up here from where I live." I said, "Yeah, it took me about 15 minutes to walk to his daycare. I spent the other 30 minutes walking around the neighborhood until I got back to my house, and then I got a 45-minute workout in from my walk." It's not hard to do the 75 hard challenge. It's hard if you are not in the mindset to do it. But if you put your mind to anything, you can do anything. Whatever it is that you put your mind to, you can do it. It's just up to you to decide, what are you going to focus on? Are you going to focus on the challenges, or are you going to focus on the solution? It's challenging to say, I'm going to follow this plan, I'm going to follow that plan. But what is the solution? What results are you aiming for? I feel like this walk and taking this time outside has really resonated with me. And I am not an outdoors person. If you know me, I don't eat outside. I don't like being outside. I have a huge backyard, barely be out there. I'm not an outdoors person. I am more of an indoor, no bug kind of person. But these past 5 days, taking these walks outside, I noticed I feel more peaceful. I feel more energized and rejuvenated. And I have to take my walks kind of earlier in the morning or late in the evening. I noticed that because if I take it, like I did a walk on Saturday at like 2 o'clock, and it was 90 degrees outside. Like, girl, what's wrong with you? Not doing that again. So either early morning or late in the evening. But I like the early morning. It's kind of set the tone for my day. And now I'm like, ooh, and by the time I'm done with my walk, guess what? I usually drink one full cup of my water because I take my water with me when I'm walking, and I can sip and walk at the same time, going up and down hills and all of that good stuff, and noticing just a difference in how you feel and how the environment and nature really plays a role on your health. It's amazing. I love it. So, as far as the 75 hard challenge goes, getting in that water, that's just my tips. I keep a big thing of water with me. I like cold water, so I keep ice cubes in it, the real big ice cubes in it, and I just fill it up a little over 4 times a day. I'm following my meal plan. I have not had any cheat meals. My meal plan is more so like a lifestyle kind of thing. So if you don't know, now you know. Your girl is also like a Beachbody coach, and I say Beachbody coach, but I really just follow my own meal plan. And if people see what I'm doing and they want to join me, then I say, come on. But other than that, I'm not one to like force or really kind of sell anything on people when it comes to my Beachbody program. If it's something that you see that I'm doing and you want to join me too, then sure, come on along. But I'm following my meal plan, which is really a lifestyle kind of situation when it comes to eating healthy and choosing the right options. I still get a chance to eat, popcorn or chips or whatever it is that you want, but I have not had any alcohol during this entire time, which I'm very proud of. Getting my water in, doing my 2 workouts today. So because I did say I'm a Beachbody coach, what I do is the 645 workout program, which is by Emiola Caesar, and it's 6 days a week, 45 minutes a day. But what I'm doing is I'm doing it 7 days a week. And when he has like his mobility day, I'll do that on Sundays as well, or like that seventh day to increase my stretching and my mobility in my body. So I'm doing 7 days a week, 45 minutes a day, just to make sure that it goes along with the program. And then I told you about my walks outside. And then I'm reading right now. This book is called F Leadership or Fuck Leadership. And it's a leadership development book by I think his name is Josh Coates. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Josh Coates. But I'm reading that book because, as you know, I'm a leadership and mindset success coach. So I feel like if I'm going to be teaching things, I might as well continue to develop and grow myself. So that's the book that I'm reading. And I'm also taking my pictures each and every day so that I can track my progress and see, the changes within my body. Because I already know the changes within my skin just looking in a mirror, and the changes in my energy based off how I feel, the changes in my mindset based off what I'm focused on and getting like tasks done more efficiently, focused on my time. But I get to see how my progress is going as well with seeing how my physical body is changing throughout this process. So if you are not yet a part of the 75 Hard Challenge, start whenever you want. It's not a specific day that you have to start. You can start whenever you choose to. But I encourage you, please join and take on this 75 Hard Challenge. Prove to yourself that you can do anything that you put your mind to. Understand that you have the willpower to succeed. Nothing has control over you. And that was another thing that I wanted to prove to myself, because I told you all, like, I liked to drink wine and I would have margaritas as well because I like margaritas. If I do drink any alcohol, usually it's loaded, or it was loaded with sugar, because I don't like the taste of alcohol. So I have like sweeteners and all of the different mixtures and stuff in it. So not drinking alcohol for 75 days is also showing me that I don't need it. It's just something that I choose to partake in. Nothing has more control over me than myself. I have the control over my mind, over my body, and what it is that I do. So tap into your fullest potential, tap into your willpower, understanding that having the willpower to succeed is more important than having intelligence and ability, because we know that you're smart, we know that you're able, but do you have the willpower to do what it is that you need to do to get where it is that you want to be? We will now transition into part 2 of our show, which is our metaphor or phrase for this week. Our monumental metaphor or phrase for this week, of course, is going to go hand in hand with our word of the week, willpower, as well as help get us through this 75 hard challenge, which I'm excited about. Our metaphor is willpower is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. So the more you use your willpower, the stronger your willpower becomes for you to continue to succeed. Make sure that you utilize, tap in, and focus on whatever goal you have set for yourself, whatever it is that you want to do for yourself and for your life, whatever success looks like for you. Tap into that willpower, the controlled, exerted energy to actually do something and to restrain from the impulses or distractions so that you can get where it is that you want to be. Always remember this as well. You can do whatever it is that you put your mind to. You have to focus on it. You have to zone in, get into that extreme obsession with your goals. Let's become obsessed with our goals. That's what I want us to do. Let's become obsessed with our goals and tap into our willpower to get there. That's what you need to succeed. And it's within all of us. Also, if you have not yet downloaded the 75 Hard Tracker and Checklist, it's free. It's available. You can go to @DrQ the Coach on Instagram, click my link tree link, and it'll bring it down. You can get both the tracker as well as the checklist, and that way it'll help you be accountable. You can check off each day. Okay, I did my outdoor workout. I did my indoor workout. I'm following my meal plan. I took my picture. I read my book. I'm drinking my water. That way you can keep track of everything. And then you can also write down, how am I feeling today? It allows you to be accountable to yourself. You can check off each day. It's 75 circles. So you can day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and you check them off as you go. You can put your beginning date and your end date and whatever your goal is and what you're going to reward yourself with when you achieve that goal. So go ahead and download that for free @DrQ the Coach on Instagram. Click the link tree and go ahead and get that. Start whenever you're ready. There's no extensive start date. I started on June 1st. You can start tomorrow. You can start next week. You can start whenever you want, but start. So take on the challenge and always remember that the sky is not the limit, because there is more out there beyond the clouds. I will see you next week on Monday with a new update on the 75 Hard Challenge taken on by Monumental Mentality. Again, this is Dr. Q with the Monumental Mindset Podcast, and I'll see you next week. Peace.